What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Authority Shift Converter. Listen, today we're going to talk about the 6 steps necessary in order to position yourself as an authority and not an expert in your market. Let's talk about that. Listen, this is something that is very dear to me. I just had a total knee replacement surgery, so I'm going to put my leg up here for a little second and just rest it. Anyhow, so I'm glad it's been 11 weeks since I had my surgery, so I'm doing pretty good and I'm happy about that. Anyhow, thank you so much for those of you who have asked and through the last couple of months, and we're doing great. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get back. The 6 steps. Now, why are these necessary? Because today's world, there are a lot of experts out there. Oh, wait, what? Yes, there are. Anybody with $20 is an expert, right? Yes, you get $20, you get a month access to some kind of AI platform, and you ask it a question, it gives you this really cool answer, and people grab it and put it online, and now they seem to be like an expert. So being an expert, it's just like a dime a dozen thing, right? So what you want to do is you want to position yourself as an authority. You have experience, you have knowledge, but how do people get to see that from you? How do they get to like you, know you, and trust you enough so that they can you can offer your services and they can acquire them as well? Well, Google did a study and they said that people need to consume seven touch points, 11 hours of your content, and in 4 different platforms. So if you're doing 30-second reels, listen, how many of those do you need for 11 hours? That's a lot of content. But how about if you get to spend more time? If your clients spend more time with you, will they be more apt to purchase your services? Probably yes, right? Absolutely. So the one thing that we need to do is that within the market that you happen to be in, there are sub-markets, okay? Now, remember, there's only 3 main markets in the world, okay? So there's health, wealth, and relationships. And inside of those, we have sub-markets. So what we're going to do is we want to capitalize in the sub-markets. Now, I was just working with some wonderful people. They're immigration document preparers. Now, immigration document preparers are not attorneys, and most of them are not even paralegals. They're just serving their communities, and they're helping, in their communities. But how do they become the go-to person within their own communities? And that is by specializing in the particular area of immigration. Now, let's use that and let's stay there. I want you to think about your own market, whether it's real estate, whether it's health and fitness. I mean, how many diets are there? Okay, so how many exercise programs? So I want you to think about the different. If you are in real estate, how many different ways can you purchase a home? Can you become a specialist in one of them? Any kind of a niche that you happen to be in, there is a sub area of the market that you can become known as the go-to person. But let's go back to immigration because this is really, really cool. I want you to see this. All right. So how do you position yourself? Oh, wait. Let's see right here. Perfect. Okay. So how do you position yourself in the market? This is critical. What you need to do is you need to choose a very specific problem that you want to become known for solving. Okay, so what is that one area of the market that you really like or that you have the most experience in? Maybe in other ones you don't. Because you got to have a clear position that gives people a reason to see you as the authority in that particular space. All right, let's go back to immigration. Okay, so let me write it down so I remember what we're using as an example. Immigration. There are 100, listen to this, 85 different types of visas in the immigration system. Now, interestingly enough, most people don't know that. But if you tell me, I'm an immigration specialist, okay? In what? Whatever your problem is. That means that you're telling me that you're a jack of all trades within the immigration world. That means that you're not a specialist in any single one. Listen, I know this is a slap in the face to some. I'm probably going to get some negative comments below, but it's the truth. Most attorneys that say, I'm an immigration attorney, they're just a jack of all trades within the immigration field. Now, if somebody comes to me and they say, I am the asylum king. Ooh, I'm the R1 king. Wait, let's go back to the asylum king. Okay, what is that person specializing in? They're actually specializing in asylum. Okay, in the asylum process. So, with this person, can they do other areas of immigration? I'm sure they could. Some of those areas probably they don't know anything about. They're going to have to read and study, but they have the understanding of how the system and the process is, so they can pretty much adjust to that. But if you market yourself as the marriage queen, about the asylum king or the consular queen, okay, let's go back to the asylum king. The asylum king. There's an individual, he's actually branded as that, okay, and He does other types of visas, high-end visas as well, employment visas and so forth, but he is known as the asylum king. That's what attracts the bulk of his marketing and his clientele based on his marketing, because he is known as that. Now, he processed so many asylums applications that now attorneys consult with him because he has the experience that they don't. They just got an asylum case. They don't know what to do. They consult with him. Yes, that's right. They do, because he has the expertise. Guess what? Now he's going to attract people that are always interested in asylum claims. So let's take a look at this. If number one is positioning, so that you position you correctly in your space, that is so that you can attract the qualified prospect. That's how, so that you can attract the right type of people that are going to come to you. If I just got married to somebody, I'm not going to go to him because he is the asylum king. I'm not looking for, for somebody to help me with my asylum. I'm looking for somebody to help me with, other types of forms because I just got married to a U.S. citizen and I need to, fix my status. Now, it's called a change of status. Okay. So anyhow, so that's going to help me attract qualified prospects. But then once I get them in front of me, what am I going to do? Now you got to build a masterclass. Okay, and I know that you see a 1, a 3, and a 2. It's okay. Okay, because once we know what positioning is, now we are going to build the assets that are going to allow us to present that solution to our ideal and qualified prospect. But they're going to come because we chose where we wanted to be stationed in this road. Okay, so now we position ourselves, we build our masterclass, which is turning your knowledge, experience, and a proven method into a 90-minute masterclass, and that way, you can position yourself as a authority in front of them. You have 90 minutes. Now, what that's going to do is going to create trust, and it's going to create, an affinity between them and you that's going to help you to be able to move forward. So now, then we get to present. Okay, the presentation is where we demonstrate our authority, and then we give them a call to action at the very end of that presentation. This is cool. This is where you get to present your method. This is going to show them how you think, how you approach the problem, and what becomes possible. And then enrollment. You get to enroll 3 to 7 clients. Now, I want you to think about this. Whatever your going rate is, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. If you get 3 or more of those a month, would you be okay? Would your business be okay? Absolutely. And we're talking about a 90-minute masterclass once a month, an hour and a half. Now, do we prepare for this? Absolutely, we do. There are some things that we got to do and put in place so that we can attract the qualified prospects, so that they can come see our presentation, so that we have the opportunity to demonstrate our knowledge, our solution for them, and we can enroll them into our program. Okay, and then what happens? Then you do it again next month. See, once your assets are built, all you got to do is just repeat it. Repeat the process. Next month, you do it again. Let's say that your master class is going to be on the 3rd Thursday of every month. Done. Put it in your calendar. Now, everything that you do is pointing to the master class. Sign up for the master class. Sign up for the master class. Sign up for the master class. We'll see you there. Right? Anyhow, I got a master class coming up where I'm actually going to break this down. What I'm going to pretty much talk to you about is how to build this presentation. Okay? Because there's 4 key areas that you need to accomplish in this, and there are specific buying triggers that you got to use through your presentation in order to be able to connect with your client. So there's a link somewhere around me. Go ahead and click it, and I'll see you in the masterclass where I'm going to break this whole thing down in details just for you. My name is Ruben. Click the link, and I'll see you in the masterclass.